get it. Well, good rising, as they say, and I am going to start it off today. I love me some beautiful music, so I hope you were hearing that. Hey, I'm going to do the universal greeting, and then once I get that out of the way, come on out and let's play. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Beijing. Yeah. Ni hao, Beijing. Ni hao. London. Hello. Top of the morning to you. Los Angeles. Hey. Paris. Bonjour. Lisbon. Hola. Yeah. Hola. Hong Kong. Hello. They literally just say hello. Sounds like English to me. Uh, what about this one? Sweden, they say hey. Yeah, H-E-J. Toronto, it's a good day, but you got to put the E-H on there. A. Uh, Tokyo, konnichiwa. And Turkey, merhaba. That is right. My name is Trudy Art. This is the Universe Wallet, Indexer, Explorer. Yes, minting and marketplace all on bitcoinuniverse.io. Bet you thought I was going to say tapwallet.io. You know, if you do go to tapwallet.io, it is going to reload as bitcoinuniverse.io. How cool is that? I think that's pretty awesome for branding. So that's right. So update that in your bookmarks. Bitcoinuniverse.io. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, as they say. Unleashing Bitcoin's full potential, making the Universe Wallet your all in one solution to manage all your assets in one place. Hey, you got full support for BRC20. Remember those? Remember the Ordy days? Oh my God, I hope Ordy comes back. I'm bringing Ordy back. Oh, please bring it back, okay? And Sats. Oh my God, I got Sats in my wallet. Yeah, you know that one? I have so many BRC20. But anyhow, let's finish the greeting. There's Dust 20, pretty cool. Tap, absolutely, because Bitcoin Universe.io, it's built on Tap. Hey, and DMT. Whoa, is that stuff heating up? I hope that some shillers come out today, let me tell you. UNAT, Runes, LRC20, Lambda, SRC20 stamp. I hope some of the stamp people come out today and more. Hey, what's the more? I think they're going to bring on atomicals. I really do. I really do. So I hope some of the atomicals people come in here and show. You know what? We're just going to roll into it because people got to roll in here, and I got a show to do. So I'm just going to do the show, and hopefully people will stumble on in here. My goodness, we got so much to cover, and we want you to be able to shill. Yeah, just unmute yourself and chill. But let me finish. Hey, before we get started, you know, it's so important to remind people that this is not financial advice. Yeah, you literally got to do your own research, and your own research isn't just kind of doing what the other people are doing without fact checking it. You got to fact check things. So you got to ask questions. I mean, you can't just trust people on Twitter, especially crypto Twitter. Everybody's trying to pump their bag. They literally want you to be the exit liquidity. Okay. There are good projects out there, though. There are projects that are absolutely fantastic projects. They have utility, they've got weight. They're not MLMs. I'll let you figure that one out. Okay. Now, hey, I got 3 questions. Here's my first question. God, I hope somebody's out here listening to this because I don't know. I've got the screen on something else. You hear that? It's my water. Some of you are taking this water thing a little bit too lightly. I don't think you should. I think you need to be taking it very serious. Why? Because you need water in your body for your blood to flow. I think some of you degens, yeah, come closer. You're out here degening it up all the time, and you're not realizing how powerful the water is for that blood flow. So listen, do you got a blood pressure monitor? Well, you're going to need one, okay? You always need to check your blood pressure. It's important. Why? Because you are actually a human. Yeah, you're a human. You're not a bot. Mind you, I saw an interesting post. There are bots out there that are literally like multitasking. I mean, they're managing like 50 different profiles at one time. Yeah, so they're coming and they might be buying our bags too. So that's a good thing. What have you done for yourself lately? Mirror check. Yeah, I'm looking in the mirror right now. Oh, what have I done for myself lately? Well, I'm about to become a centimillionaire. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure, people. Let me see who's out here, and then I'm gonna shill if nobody's out here. Okay. Well, let me just shill. I'll just shill until somebody comes. Hey, let's see if there's anybody else coming today. What am I gonna shill? I am going to shill the what is coming up here. Well, we have got a really fun and fantastic thing that's about to happen for everyone. It's the copy trading bot. How do you get access to that? Well, there's the BRC20 IDO initial DEX offering. Yeah, there's a BRC20 symbol, IDO, and iconic symbol representing the first etch runes and the first letter of the runic alphabet now becomes the first BRC20 with utility. Hold just 0.05% of the supply to gain early access to the first rune's Telegram alert trading and copy trading bot, plus 50% off trading fees. No soft cap. This is round two. People, this is very, very exciting and important. Why? Because this trading bot is going to be pretty electric. Okay. Here's some of the things that you will have some access to here. First of all, there will be a leaderboard, which will be kind of cool. And with many trading bots, you're just copy and trading the trades of the folks that are already out there that know how to do this. Okay. There will be graphs. That's kind of cool. You know, if you're familiar with any of the trading bots that are out there, this is going to have all of that fun and exciting stuff and more. They're also going to offer zero fees on the first few days to get as much volume and as users as possible. So keep that in mind for the copy trading bot. Okay. Let us see if anybody is stumbling in here and we can maybe have a conversation with them. Hey, where am I here? Okay. Well, let me tell you what's happening in Bitcoin, first of all, while we're waiting for somebody to shill their shot. Okay, so right now in Bitcoin, here's what's happening. We have got red alert, red alert. Bitcoin may crash towards 65,000 to 70K range as Trump slaps 50% tariff on Canada. Yeah. So Bitcoin risks a deeper decline toward a 50-week EMA at 64,142, mirroring past market cycles. Then Arthur Hayes, we'll talk more about him, predicts a potential bottom near 70K amid a macroeconomic turmoil. Trump's tariffs on Canadian imports adds pressure to financial markets, fueling risk-off sentiment. Yeah, that's right, people. Listen, so a 70K Bitcoin is possible, says Arthur Hayes. And as of March 11th, Bitcoin was trading, that would be today, at around 84,140, dropping nearly 14% in the past 2 weeks. Market analysts, they now warn, by the way, I'm getting a lot of this information from FX Empire. So I want to give them credit for that because I'll be reading quotes here. So market analysts now warn that further downside could be ahead. That includes former BitMax CEO Arthur Hayes, who sees a potential bottom near about 70. So this is a 36% drawdown from the all-time highs of around 110,000. He outlined a scenario where stocks enter free fall, A major financial institution collapses, yeah, and central banks respond with aggressive monetary easing before the crypto markets find a true bottom. So, yeah, this is a lot. By the way, you should probably be subscribed to the Universe Telegram because they've been dropping a lot of alpha in regards to market conditions. Because this is the time that people are really afraid. You're looking at your portfolio, probably doesn't look good, so become a part of the Telegram and get some of that info. So, according to the CME data, bond traders don't see the rate cut until about June, with March and May meetings favoring keeping the rate steady at about 400 to 425 basis points. Obviously, this is going to affect the market. So, the broader macroeconomic environment adds to Bitcoin's uncertainty. Yeah, it does. The S&P 500 index and the Nasdaq have shown increased volatility following Trump's aggressive trade stance. Trump is actually quoted as saying that he believes that this trade war is going to bring billions of dollars to the U.S. economy and flow to the U.S. citizens. So hang on because he's doubling down on this. So as of today, March 11th, U.S. president announced he is doubling the tariffs on Canadian steel. Yeah, and aluminum. It's going to be 50%. This is actually in response to Ontario's decision to impose a levy on electricity exports to the US. I believe it's Doug Ford. Yeah, the Canadian, the Ontario premier. He's got a deal, I think, that he supplies electricity to Michigan, parts of New York, and he's even quoted as saying that he might even shut it off. So this thing is getting serious. And that electricity goes out to about 1 million households. Yeah, the tariffs are literally affecting people, like literally affecting people. So this is not something that to be taken lightly here. So let me see. Let's get on it. So this will go into effect tomorrow morning, March 12th, and Trump says the tariff hike doubles the previously planned 25% duty set to take effect just after midnight. Trump also warned of additional trade penalties, stating he would substantially increase tariffs on Canadian automotive parts starting April 2nd unless Canada lifts tariffs on U.S. dairy products and other goods. The president claimed also, yeah, like he's being very serious. He would essentially permanently shut down the automobile manufacturing in Canada. Oh my God, if Ottawa doesn't comply. Like, do you understand? This is going to impact households severely. So I think people need to pay a little bit of attention to what is happening. So if you're a degen, your bags are going to be impacted. But guess what? You can probably start DCAing because when this stuff gets turned around, when they start pulling back, because people are going to be screaming at these leaders, then the market should just shoot up like a rocket. But right now, let's look at some historical Bitcoin corrections and because they single deeper drawdowns. So Bitcoin's recent rally faces growing downside risks with historical market cycles suggesting a deeper correction may be underway. In the 2021 cycle, for instance, BTC dropped near 69,000 before undergoing a prolonged decline toward about a 50-week exponential moving average. That's the EMA. So again, an EMA is an exponential moving average. It's a critical technical support level. So a similar pattern played out in 2017. That was when Bitcoin corrected from 20,000 to reset at a 50-week EMA to 6,000 before experiencing further losses. If you're not here, this is some major news that you probably should be getting, and hopefully there'll be some people on the YouTube that are appreciating this. So currently right now, currently when we're talking March 3rd, 2025, Bitcoin is showing early signs of weakness following its recent surge. Price is trading at about 81,142, down 13.93% from its recent high of about 94,272, with a relative strength index, and that's an RSI, by the way, declining from overbought levels. Historical precedents suggest that Bitcoin may continue to correct lower in the coming weeks. Yes, it may. So there's a 50-week EMA currently around 64,142 serves as a key downside target. This moving average has historically acted as a major support zone in bullish rather market structures, preventing deeper drawdowns. So if Bitcoin follows its previous market cycles, it could see a decline of approximately 30 to 40% from its local high, aligning with potential tests of the 50-week EMA in the 64 to 65,000 range. So a breakdown this level would open the door to further downside toward the Fibonacci retracement levels, particularly the 0.618 retracement zone. That's at about 48,546, which has acted as a pivotal level in past corrections. Yikes. So, shout out to Yashu Gola, the author of this write up here. And I'm telling you, it's playing out just as he has predicted. Right now, as we speak, there is a little bit of bump. We're about 81,700. And caution because they're telling us that it could go down further. So be very, very wary of that. And while I'm at it here, I'm going to just pop to the universe, bitcoinuniverse.io, and just share with you once again that there is a IDO happening here. This is for the first runic iconic symbol representing the first etched rune and the first letter of the runic alphabet. Just want to kind of mention this again because there are 2 days left for this. And depending on when you listen to this, go and check it out. So if you go to bitcoinuniverse.io, you head over to tools, and then you go down to IDO, initial DEX offering, you'll see this offer. And this is going to, if you hold just 0.05% of the supply, you can gain early access to the first rune's Telegram alert trading and copy trading bot, plus 50% off trading fees, no soft capped. So this is round 2. And it looks like people are getting in here. There's about 3 pages already of people that have gotten in. And yeah, people want in on this trading bot. This is going to be pretty cool because this is the first of its kind here at the universe. So check that out. Okay, what else can I tell you? The other thing that you should be keeping an eye on right now is you should more than likely be keeping an eye on runes themselves, people. I will give a shout out, or will highlight rather, one of the tools here. That is the runes 0. Yeah. If you go to Inscribe, and if you head over to move down to Universe and click Rune 0, then you can mint yourself a Rune 0. And that is actually a great tool for minting runes. This is the time to do it, especially with the market pulling back this heavily. This is the time to start stacking those sats, potentially getting in there and minting some etching the runes, but minting definitely. With the Rune 0, you can mint runes, and you can, once you have your Rune 0, in fact, why would you want one? Well, you can get 50% off of the minting fees. If you compare the minting fees elsewhere, the Rune 0 in some cases can save you up to 50%. And then you can actually mint the runes right here on the universe. So you'd head down here to runes, just click runes, and what will upload here is the page to mint your runes, and you will actually see all of the hottest mints. Yeah, all of the hottest mints that are happening right now in runes. There's Uncommon Goods, there's Dragon Swag. So I'm going to shill here. Dragon Swag Bits, there's G Meow Mix Kitten Fund. That's at about 88.9% minted. There's Bitcoin Doge. I actually think that that one might be an interesting one. It's at 90.85%. You can mint that. There's BTC Ninja Sats. There's Pi Bitcoin token. There's a ton of runes that you can mint. The other thing is you can probably also take a look at. I'll do a bit of shilling for SRC20. Also take a look at the SRC20 tools that are on here. Now there's a token, not a tool, but a token called an iStamp. So this iStamp, which you can pick up at bitcoinuniverse.io, this is going to be a token, or is a token, in fact, that will earn you 50% monthly marketplace revenue with iStamps. Passive income for life. So if you hold 10 iStamps, then you can actually have passive income for life from the revenue generated from the stamp marketplace. So that would be the stamp art. And then there will also be an SRC20 marketplace that will be coming online. We were waiting for the APIs, as I'm told, but because that has not materialized as of yet, the devs are looking at perhaps bringing on a SRC20 platform similar to Odin.fun. Yes, similar to Odin.fun. And I know a lot of people are over there having some Odin.fun. So that's kind of cool. Now, I don't know if there's some folks listening anonymously, but it would be nice if you just came on board here to chat with me, because I'm going to continue on for at least another half hour until somebody rolls in here. And hopefully I've shared this with enough or gotten enough visibility so that people can come in. But either way, hey, I'm going to do some shilling here. Let me see what I'd like to shill. I think one of the I'm going to go from protocol to protocol, and let me shill something from protocol to protocol. Let's see, atomicals. Would there be anything that I want to shill in atomicals? Well, you know what? Would have to get the atomicals people on here because they could do better shilling than I could. Hey, Udi, why don't you unmute yourself and come chat with me a little bit? That'd be kind of and see. Good. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you too.
I've never really talked with you. Let's hear a little bit about you. I've been here just kind of going through some stuff, waiting for some people to come on in here. But let's talk. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like how, just anything about you, how you got into crypto, and how are you doing right now in the market?
Okay, nothing much about me. I've just been new, not very, just have basic knowledge, and I'm pulling up some friends to see how I can keep up.
How did you get into crypto? Like when did you come in, and what made you come into Bitcoin specific?
Okay, I have a few friends trading, and based on schedules in my country, I would love to have some financial freedom. So I spoke some guys, and they're like, Bitcoin is good, and if you have some funds, you can just make some good money and all of that. So I decided to learn. So I came in last year, still learning. Uh, that's where we are.
That's so cool. And I mean, you're a female in crypto. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, what country are you in? And yeah, what country are you in?
I'm in Nigeria.
Oh, very good. In Nigeria. So, how do you find the people in Nigeria? What are they? I think Nigeria is becoming a fast-growing community that loves Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah. I see a lot of people do trading, coupled with the economic crisis. A lot of people trying to get some extra bucks. They're trying to get some extra cash and trying to get paid in dollars and all this stuff. You're just trying to survive the economy and all of that. So a lot of people are really going into cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so do you want to shill anything? Do you have any project that you're really interested in on Bitcoin or
Not really, but when I was introduced to this very project, I think I have so much faith in it and I've been following up a whole lot. So I just hope it turns out very good as expected. But all the same, it's fine.
okay, so you're into the universe. Have you been collecting the airdrops?
Yeah, since I entered, I've collected not very much, but at least I have a good number.
Good for you. Good for you. Do you currently have like a universe wallet that you're collecting in, and have you registered your name or anything?
Yeah, I have a wallet. I registered a name. So I'm registered. Just I'm just trying to see if I can inscribe, but for now it's just the name registration.
Good for you. So many people are afraid right now because the market is just the market is not doing what we thought it would do. But I was just sharing some information about why some of this is happening because of the tariffs and the trade wars, and there's a lot happening behind the scenes. But people shouldn't really let this push them away. This is a great time to be stacking sats. Like I'm actually very excited about this time. Like this is a great opportunity. So if you can, pick up the airdrops, absolutely do it. If you can start to stack sats in different, projects and dollar cost average, this is the time to do it. But I understand you said that I guess things are, they're different for everyone. So not everybody will have the opportunity to stack sats, but whatever you can do right now, stay in the market. And even if you're not stacking, even if you're not buying, just stay around the information and get the information because now is not the time to leave. Because by the time you come back, then you're going to have to figure out, okay, where are the opportunities? So I'm just thinking that it's really an exciting time, like to kind of stay here and be plugged in, because I'll tell you, a lot of the corporations, that's what they're doing. In fact, I was going to share that there's there's different things that these corporations are doing to try to get access to Bitcoin. So there's different like products that they're going into. Like there's a new ETF that these corporations are moving into that gets them more Bitcoin exposure because they want Bitcoin, but they want it for cheaper. So they're kind of on the sidelines too. And in fact, like there's trillions of dollars now sitting on the sidelines waiting to jump into Bitcoin. And I mean, for us, the little guys, we can do it a little bit at a time, right? So I think that's pretty cool that you're in here and you're making it happen.
Thank you.
Good on you. And thanks for unmuting yourself and talking, right? Now I know there's another female out there. I see Becky. I've never heard from her. That'd be pretty cool if she unmuted herself. Even let's see, there's Yang Ho. Oh, Yang Ho just kind of there's Matoshi. I know Matoshi's see top dev out there too. Pretty cool. Yeah, so if anybody wants to unmute themselves and do a shill, Thanks, Matoshi. So kind of you. Love the hearts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, no, peeps, this is the time to be out here and be shilling. I was just sharing quite a bit there before anybody came aboard, but I was doing some shilling on behalf of the different protocols, and I'm going to do a shill right now for, hey, why don't I do a shill for Odin Fun? Hey, if you are interested in Solana style trading on Bitcoin, you may want to check out Odin Fund. That is a pretty fun and exciting place to be. Mind you, it is kind of like Solana, people. So you can stack sats, but you can also lose your sats. But if you're going to jump into it, you may want to take a look at the first token that was launched on Odin Fund, which would be the token from the creator Bob Bodley, Odin Dog. That's Odin Dog. Take a look at that because it has pulled back. So that'll be one of my shills for Odin Fund platform is the Odin Dog token. Really have a good look at that one. And it's been around for about 2 months now, and I imagine that out of all of the tokens, if there is a potential for a sex listing, I would think that that would be a really good one. Matter of fact, one of the sexes, the centralized exchanges called Super X, they're an exchange out of Vietnam. They actually launched a token. I could not believe it. They launched a token on Odin Fund. I'm not necessarily saying to go and uh, invest in their token, but they launched a token, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And they're actually committing to the platform and saying that they are interested in actually bringing on some of the tokens, listing them on their platform. So I thought that that was a pretty big endorsement. So that would be one of my shills. Have you checked out Odin Fun, Udi? And can you just kind of help me on how to properly say your name? Udi.
UD is
Udi?
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Call it.
Okay, you pronounce it. You pronounce it just so I have it right.
It's a don't worry. Just say it. I get it. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, have you tried out Odin Fun? Do you know about it?
Not really.
Okay. Mostly just what are you doing mostly then in the Bitcoin space? Are you just picking up Bitcoin and just doing the airdrops? Like what kind of things are you doing here?
Okay. Majorly the airdrops.
Okay, no, I paused there because I can hear feedback. Okay, so you're mostly doing the airdrops. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, continue to pick up the airdrops. And for some of you that weren't here, I had shared that there's a huge opportunity happening right now because I'm going to shill for the universe. Obviously, if you have a shill that you want to share, then please do. But I'm going to shill for the universe right now. And I mentioned that tapwallet.io. People, it's now bitcoinuniverse.io. This is a big deal because this just really amplifies the brand messaging. Yeah, so it's bitcoinuniverse.io. So make sure you bookmark that. That's pretty cool. And that makes sense, right? If you're going to have a universe wallet, then you should have a bitcoinuniverse.io um, domain. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so if you head over there and if you go just check it out at least. Get the information. This is going to be a pretty big deal. So I'm going to shill this a new IDO. This is an initial DEX offering. Okay. And this is for the iconic symbol representing the first etch rune and the first letter of the runic alphabet. And that becomes the first BRC20 with utility. That's cool. I know that I've been seeing a lot of stuff going around about utility tokens. In fact, some of the really big players out there, CZ, he he's mentioned that we need to move away from moons and memes and get into utility. So this is a utility token. You can actually, with just 0.05% of the supply, you can gain early access to the first runes Telegram alert trading and copy trading bot, plus 50% off trading fees. In fact, there's a little bit of a special going on here. What's the special? They're going to offer zero fees on the first few days to get as much volume and users as possible. So that's pretty cool. Anytime something is out the gate, people, then that's the time to kind of step on in there, because that allows you as first to market to get some benefits. So you may want to take a look at that. Um, it's not that much to actually jump into the mix of it. You just need to hold about 0.05% of the supply, and then again, you'll gain early access to the first runes Telegram alert trading and copy trading bot. And there's about 2 days left on this, and so this is round number 2. It looks like it's doing pretty well here. There's 3 pages and counting of addies that I'm seeing that have jumped into this. And that's going to be a pretty big deal right now. If you can have a trading bot that's kind of doing all of the work for you, figuring out when to make the moves and how to make the moves, because now is it's pretty challenging for most people. They don't really want to jump into this. Okay, let's see. Hey, Carly Ray. Nice to see you. You want to, anybody wants to unmute themselves, that'd be pretty cool. I heard from Udi. That was nice. Becky, Carly Ray, tell me what's going on. Have any questions? Because I'm telling you, right now is a tough time in Bitcoin. But I'm actually quite excited. I have been stacking sats. I'll tell you what I picked up. Recently, I went, because right now we're still waiting for the SRC20 marketplace to come on board, but I went to openstamp.io because I'm really bullish on stacking sats, okay? So I went to openstamp.io and I picked up some stamp. I did. Let me tell you what stamp is sitting at right now. Wow, they're giving it away. By the way, the holders are increasing. Holders of stamp right now, 9,626 holders. And you can pick up stamps for 21.9 sats. Yeah, that's just 1 cent. Wow, there is a fire sale going on. It's a red day, and I used to buy green candles. What does that mean? Well, I, like many, would have the FOMO. Yeah, the fear of missing out. And as soon as I saw something shooting up, that's when I went in. But now I look for red candles. So it's a red candle day for stamp. Why would you want to buy stamp? Well, you can do some research and you can listen to some past spaces, especially the SWA spaces that are every Wednesday. So that'd be tomorrow. The time has changed for that. It's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are in North America, then the clocks have changed. The clocks have jumped ahead. So you probably know that obviously the time has changed. So make sure that you also change the time for SWA because it will be at 10 a.m. But picking up stamp right now, it's only at 0.01 cent, literally. So 21.9 sats. And why would you want to do that? Because stamp is on its way to potentially becoming the next Ordi. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when BRC20s first came out, the very first token was Ordi. And obviously, why Ordi? Because it only made sense that you have a token that is the name of the protocol. So names matter. So the branding matters. And I can tell you that when Ordi came out, it was just cents. People were trading it in the back rooms of Discord and on Excel spreadsheets because there was no marketplace for it at the time. And literally, those that were able to pick it up in large sums, once Ordi started to take off, it took months, but some of the larger exchanges stepped into it, and as they started listing it, Ordi became probably the hottest token ever to launch, to be minted, rather. Fair mint, by the way. Yeah. In the BRC20 protocol. And Ordi went from cents to over $1 billion market cap. So you picked it up at a couple cents and you were trading Ordi for, at the height of it, I think at least $70 or more. And I know a few people that actually became millionaires from that, and that became whole coiners from that. So I have a feeling that stamp is going to potentially, because we never ever can be sure because we don't have a crystal ball, but I think it will potentially be that sort of setup. Oh, hey, Carly Ray. Yeah, cool. Come aboard.
I was just requesting to speak to say hi back to you.
Oh my God. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh my God. I've never had so many women in a space. This is amazing.
Where's my mom?
Chicks rule. I know. Hey, how's your journey been so far in Bitcoin? How are you feeling like with the whole like the Bitcoin, learning about it, any questions, that sort of thing?
I don't have any specific questions. I'm still just following around, like following and listening and slowly processing this information. Yeah, I just like to listen to you talk.
Oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah, no, I'm really excited about that. No, it's interesting, being a female in the Bitcoin space. It's really a male dominated space, and it's nice when other women get into it because Bitcoin is hope. It's absolutely hope. I don't think people realize the power of Bitcoin. I am only starting to understand the power of Bitcoin. If you're in Canada, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so in Canada, you just had a change in your prime minister. You've got Mr. Carney, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had the Trudeau, now you got Mr. Carney there. And I mean, he's got an uphill battle to face because of these tariffs, right? So slowly but surely, what will be happening, and you're probably witnessing it already, the prices are going to be increasing in the grocery stores. The prices are going to be increasing all around you. And they probably have already. Like, I mean, what's the housing market like in Canada?
Much more expensive than it is down there. That's all I really know.
Like, are prices is it expensive for housing and food in Canada?
So expensive.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Like
Renting, is it expensive?
renting is expensive. Yeah, like everything's expensive here, and our dollar is not worth anything down there. So it's yeah, it's like I've seen houses for sale down there, like way like for what we could get here. It's like it's not even like comparable. Like uh, yeah, like it's a struggle up here, in my opinion.
Right, right. And okay, say within your friend group, what's the biggest complaint like if like is it jobs, housing or
Yeah, probably just housing. I'd say the cost of housing. There's lots of jobs, um, but the housing, it's like it's just it's unachievable for like for a lot of people, anyways. You gotta be good at what you do.
yeah, and see, and that's why Bitcoin makes sense. You know,
Right.
I know that like men come at it a different way, you know. The men are they have a they they get in the trenches and they just go at it and they're like I don't know how to describe it, but they have a way of approaching this where they're fearless fighters, obviously, but I think women put things in context of okay, like how's this going to affect my house? Like how's this going to affect my grocery bill? Like how's this going to affect the kids? You know, and so Bitcoin can help you. Bitcoin can help you with making sure that you have money to buy your groceries, making sure that you have money that you can pay your rent or pay your mortgage. Well, how can it do that? Because it's at a limited supply of only 21 million, and it's now being adopted by governments and corporations who desperately want it, by the way, Carly. They absolutely want Bitcoin. And that's why we see this ferocious fight happening because they don't want it at the current price that it's at, right? Like when Bitcoin started in 2009, many of us know that you could buy it for pennies, but nobody wanted it. Nobody
Yeah.
wanted it. They didn't understand it. They were like, what is it? Um, and so now over time here, we're starting to understand the value of having a limited supply of something because our money supply is completely unlimited. They print money literally out of thin air. They do. It's just like an accounting thing. They literally print. And so when you can print something out of thin air, that means that inflation starts to happen. And when inflation starts to happen, that means that yeah, I have to pay instead of paying, $1,000 a month for rent, I'm now paying say $2,000 a month for rent. You know, like what are the prices like in Canada there or Vancouver where you're at for renting?
Yeah, they're really high rate for renting.
So if you were to rent a one bedroom, like how much is a one bedroom?
A one bedroom would be close to $2,000
Okay,
monthly.
exactly. So $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you'd have to pay in rent. And so sometimes, when you're trying to get people to see the power of the of Bitcoin specifically, Bitcoin can actually help you fight those headwinds. Because one Bitcoin, like I said, in 2009 was a couple cents. Now, one Bitcoin today is $86,000 US. $86,000 US. So, can you imagine had you picked up, say, 1,000 Bitcoin? You'd be able to fight inflation. You'd be able to fight everything. You'd be in a different universe
I
because
would
you,
be.
pardon me?
I would be in a different universe. Yes.
Right? You would literally have the power to fend off all of the stuff that is happening right now. These tariffs wouldn't be such a big deal for you specifically because you would have had an asset in your hand that is becoming one of the most powerful assets in the entire world. Just imagine that, especially, I speak this to many women out there who are not into Bitcoin and understanding the power that it can change that it can be a game changer for your family. It can be a game changer for your life. So, you know, if you have a friend, tell your friend just to come and get the information and come and ask questions, because I find a lot of people don't know about Bitcoin. They still don't know.
Or they're skeptical um, about crypto in general, right? A lot of my friends are, but I definitely do invite my friends or family to just come and listen, and a lot of them are spooked because of the tariffs, to be thinking about buying a house right now. So like everyone is kind of kind of gonna hold back from that decision at the moment.
Atomicals, ARC20 Atomicals.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, we got somebody in here. Okay, so come on in here. Frio Smar, you want to talk atomicals? Let's go.
No
Bye.
English, no English.
In Espanol?
Sí, español.
Atomicals?
Atomicals, ARC20.
Colored coin? Por favor, compart. Atomicals. Actually, let me share what atomicals are, people. The universe, they are looking at adding atomicals to the lineup at the universe. As many of you know, the universe is an all in one solution for everything Bitcoin. It's a lot of information. It's like kind of taking like a fire hose and then turning it on like the water hose rather, and it's like drinking from a fire hose. Okay, you turn it on, all this water gushes out at you, and it's like, oh my god, this is like too much. So if we can break it down a little bit for you people, on top of Bitcoin, yeah, you can own Bitcoin, the largest asset. But if you wanted to pick one Bitcoin up, obviously you need to be able to put down a lot of money for one Bitcoin. In fact, 81,000 right now. So many of us within the Bitcoin space, we stack sats, and there's many different protocols that we're stacking sats in. Atomicals is one of those protocols, and it basically is not represented right now on the universe, but it will be. It will be in the future. So I know that atomicals is a pretty big deal in the Spanish community. So we have somebody here that's just jumped on. If anybody speaks Spanish, then maybe you can jump on and let us know. But you can trade atomicals. Oh wow, you can trade atomicals on Bing X. There's atomical pairs, atomic atomic 20 and USD pair. Okay, but let me tell you what it is. And we will be wrapping this up pretty soon here. Okay, yeah, so they describe it as the simplest, most powerful way to create digital objects on Bitcoin. You can actually follow atomical SXYZ. There are no official ARC20 tokens as of yet. There never will be. We are grateful for legitimate creations and expressions of media and art that the community has manifested. Wow, this is a pretty big deal. This is really cool. Okay. There's a ton of information here on atomicals, people. So it'd be really cool if we had another Spanish speaker here that made us more comfortable. Okay, so hey, peeps, I was just sharing a little bit ago that I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend here. We're getting a lot more females coming in the space, which is pretty cool. And why is that cool? Because women need to know about Bitcoin also, and tell your friends. Tell them to come in here, get the information, and bring someone. Tell them to come into the space, and let's get them the information, because Bitcoin can change your life. Bitcoin can be the game changer for your entire future, especially right now. If you are anywhere in the world and if you are experiencing inflation, Bitcoin is going to help you to fight inflation. And how? Because Bitcoin is holding its value, and Bitcoin is slowly but surely increasing over time. Even if you see pullbacks on Bitcoin, that's all a part of the system's uh, the system's game, really, because many of the bigger players want Bitcoin for the least. I'm just getting some pings here. They want Bitcoin for the cheapest price possible, and that's what you're seeing today. You're seeing a big battle happening with the United States and these tariff wars, and we are seeing the price of Bitcoin reacting to those tariff wars. Even though there's a bit of a bounce back, I'm sure that as the days continue, if things don't change, if 47 is committed to moving ahead with these tariffs, as he's showing us he is, because he's even doubled them for Canada, then it's going to be a tough go. Free smart.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Atomicals ARC20, electron, neutron.
Ah. Por favor, compart. I'm still in the midst of learning Spanish, okay? Hey, I see another. Oh, go ahead. Prismar, go ahead. Say more. Okay, while I'm waiting for him, there's another speaker. Are you wanting to share, because you want to unmute your mic? This is at Li Zing Hang 2525. Can you unmute your mic? Okay, maybe not. Okay, we're supposed to shill and share. Maybe I'll do another shill here. What's something else? I do have something pretty big, but it's not on Bitcoin. So I think I will table that. Anybody into DMT? Anybody have a DMT share? Oh, we got somebody else here. I think it's in atomicals too. Let's talk to at Han Bismarck. Yes, these atomicals. Yes, let's go for it. Go ahead.
Yeah. You speaking Spanish?
You go ahead with the Spanish. Speak Spanish. Go ahead.
Ok. Solo tengo para decir que las comunidades de los protocolos de Bitcoin seguimos trabajando continuamente en fomentar y divulgar toda la información del protocolo y los protocolos que han sido subyacentes del mismo Bitcoin. Solo mantengan su fe, que la luz llegará pronto.
Gracias. Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, gracias. I see Hammond down there. What's going on, Hammond? You should come back here and unmute yourself. Hey, I see Sadie. Here, I have a song for Sadie. Love me some Sadie. Love Sadie Riggs. I see Zaid. I'm going to go for about another 15. SRC20. People, don't fade SRC20. Do not fade SRC20. Why? I just shared my shill. I was shooting the shot for the SRC20 community stamp. I was trying to make an example of Ordy, like what happened to Ordy. I think that SRC20 stamp specifically is being lined up to have a move like Ordy in the future. And why do I think that? Because there are signs. One of the signs is really who is showing interest in stamp. That would be Binance. I talk quite a bit about them. What about them? That they are actually putting out a lot of articles through their Binance Academy, specifically about the protocol of stamp. Why stamp? Well, stamp is just a storage, a data storage protocol. It's a data storage protocol, an immutable data storage protocol. That is your elevator pitch. Okay. If you had to give an elevator pitch for it, that's what it is. It's an immutable data storage protocol. And I think that's what they want. And because of that, that tells me that there's something coming down the pipeline. So I don't know if that pipeline is 6 months from now, a year from now, or more. I just know that if I'm going to ride with Bitcoin, I'm going to have a plan where I can stack sats over time. And stacking sats through stamp might be a thing to do. And I was sharing earlier that it's only at about 1 cent right now. That's a fire sale. That's literally a fire sale. So take a look at that. Okay, take a look at yeah, no, really have a look at that, because that is definitely a place where you can stack some more sats. You can also do stack more sats through the copy trading bot that's coming. I'm going to say it one more time. Peeps, BRC20 was the first ever on Bitcoin, okay? The first ever on Bitcoin for tokenomics. And so right now, the universe is actually doing a BRC20 initial DEX offering of an iconic symbol representing the first etch rune and the first letter of the runic alphabet. Now, this is the first BRC20 with utility. So for just 0.05% of the supply, you gain early access to the first runes Telegram alert, trading and copy trading bot, plus 50% off trading fees. But in fact, they're going to allow no fees for the first bit as they try to get some more holders. So they'll offer 0 fees on the first few days. And that's to obviously, attract or attract more users to the trading bot. So really take a look at that. It's going to be pretty cool because there's going to be leaderboards that'll show you basically everything. You're going to see, names, addresses, total profits on the graph of the different addresses, the ROIs, the total ROI, the 7-day, and then you can copy those trades and all of that. So this is going to be something pretty cool and something pretty revolutionary for the universe because it's the first. And remember, when you are going to the universe now, it's got a new domain. It's bitcoinuniverse.io. Hey, you know what? This sounds pretty clunky, but over time, this will sound better. More people will come aboard. And I was just saying, I think it's pretty cool that we're getting more women in the space. So invite your friends to come out and be a part of these shilling Tuesdays where you can shill. The Atomicals people, they were sharing that Atomicals are the #1 place to be on Bitcoin. So start looking at Atomicals and what that's all about, because everybody that's in Atomicals is really passionate about it. Then start jumping into the universe and see how they can help you. If I was brand new and if I was coming in, I probably would come in through the gate where the the gate rails of the universe. Why? Because it is just so overwhelming when you come to Bitcoin and you don't know where to go first. So if you have a universe wallet, the first thing that you can do is register your name to your wallet. Why? This just helps you to actually become a part of the community because you can start chatting with other people in the community. So the Universe Wallet is actually Bitcoin's first on-chain messenger. You can chat with other wallet holders. I actually registered my name on Trudy Art. If you ever want to send me a question, you can do that through the chats of the universe. You just head over to tools and hit chat, then you can talk to me. And you can also talk to people on the marketplace. So if you're over at the marketplace and you want to pick up a bitmap, there's a ton of bitmaps here, and you'll see Total Ordinal NFT has some for sale, and there's a little pink bubble there. You can just click that bubble and you can start talking to them, and you could maybe negotiate with them. So I think that's why I would choose specifically the Universe Wallet, just because it allows you to jump from Dust20 to Tap to DMT to UNAT to LRC20 to Stamp to Bitmap to names, because there's name registrations. There's so much going on here. And it's kind of nice that there's one wallet that does it all. Most of the other wallets, they just focus on one or two of the protocols. And so then you miss out on everything else, and then you have to have multiple wallets. So it's nice if you can load your wallet with Bitcoin in one spot, and then from that one spot you can jump into picking up Dust20 or Tap or whatever. And then here's some free things that you can do. Yeah, free stuff. You can actually go and use their Explorer. Yeah, there's an Explorer, and that Explorer covers everything from ordinals, BRC20, runes, Tap, DMT, UNAT, bitmaps, LRC20, SRC20, domain, stamp, ARC20, and it covers Dust20 and more. There's also an index. I think the index is pretty cool. Free. Yeah, you can look through the index. It even includes Cat20. So there's a lot of value to this wallet that offers completely free tools. Hey, you know what? I think that there's no more shillers out here. So I think that we're going to wrap it up here. But I'm going to tell you, people, there is a massive lull right now. A lull, like a low, like a just kind of a low energy vibe happening, but it's not happening on the universe. The universe is completely high energy. Join the Telegram and you'll see why. They're actually giving us, all of us, me included, really sound information, not advice. They don't give advice, but they're telling us about why the market is behaving in the way that it is. They're giving us some insight into what potentially could happen down the road. And that's really helpful because, especially if you're coming into Bitcoin and you're seeing the price crash, you're trying to figure out, well, why is that happening? And especially if you're first time here in Bitcoin and you're going to watch the mainstream media, they're going to attack Bitcoin in a big way. And so if you can have somebody that is from the inside, meaning the inside the community of Bitcoin, explaining to you what's happening, then it just helps you to stay away from all the FUD, the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt. And I would really encourage you to join the Telegram. And also, you know what? Like, I'm being serious. Go and join the Universe page, the YouTube page. If you go to YouTube, you just have to go in the search bar and hit at Bitcoin Universe and subscribe. And that's one of the ways actually that you can help the universe is by subscribing. Literally, if you subscribe to that page, that helps the universe to get more visibility so that more people can get the information and come on in because they need the Bitcoin information. Why do they need it? Well, practical reasons, people. The inflation is not going to stop. The inflation is not going to stop. If your bread cost you $1 today, which it doesn't, it costs more. It's going up. If your rent is $1,000 today, it's going to go up. Anything that you purchase right now is going to go up. So, how are you going to make enough money at your job? Can you duplicate yourself and get 2 jobs? Some people do. But then you have to think about your health. If you're working 2 or 3 jobs, how are you going to keep up? Right? So you have to find ways to help fight inflation. One of the ways is obviously you can invest and you have to look at, okay, where can I invest that will give me enough leverage? That's where Bitcoin comes in. It's not a promise, it's a hope. It's a hope. And Bitcoin literally is hope. And by the way, if you go to hope.com, 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 I said it 3 times. That is a website that will help you, especially if you're brand new, and especially if you want to get some of your family or your friends information that they can actually go through on their own, because I would not convince them. Do not convince people to come here. Just share the information with them. And then if they can go through the information on their own and then they can come out to spaces like this, it's really helpful if they can get in the conversation and ask questions, because that's how you actually start to stack sats. Yeah, as soon as you get interested and you start asking questions, then you'll be able to really make a difference in your own bag. You'll go from, having a couple sats to half a Bitcoin, 1 whole Bitcoin, 2 whole Bitcoin, 3 whole Bitcoin. That literally can happen. I'm telling you, that literally can happen. And that is my hope for every single one of you. Some of you maybe are millionaires here already, and that's good. And you just want to increase your millions. But I find that a lot of people, especially when spaces are empty, you're here because you're looking for an answer. You're here because you're needing hope. And I'm telling you, there is an answer in Bitcoin. Bitcoin can actually help your household, and it can give you hope for tomorrow. And it can actually be the duplication that you need, the way that you duplicate yourself. You can let the Bitcoin go to work for you. Literally. Okay. Like I said, many, many people that started early in Bitcoin, they bought 1,000 Bitcoin. They bought 1,000 Bitcoin at under $100, under $1 in some cases, to be honest. Okay. And now What's that 1,000 Bitcoin worth right now? Well, let's just do a rough here, people. That's easy. That's $84 million. That's 84 million US dollars. Like literally. That's not like could be, that's what it is. That's what it is. And so you're wondering, well, can Bitcoin go up anymore? If the governments, the corporates, and the Wall Street want it, they have over $1 trillion. They have trillions of dollars sitting, waiting in cash right now. But they want it for the lowest entry that they can possibly get it. And so what they are doing right now is they're waiting it out because they're hoping that 70% of us, the retail, we own the Bitcoin. And they're hoping that we will capitulate, we will give up and hand it off to them. And this is an actual fact here. According to the Federal Reserve, corporations are currently sitting on approximately $5 trillion in cash, prompting many to turn to Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset to potentially enhance returns. Now, corporations can't just start buying Bitcoin. They need to get approval from their shareholders. So you know what they're doing in the meantime? Until they get these approvals, they're buying into these exchange-traded funds that invest in other companies that hold Bitcoin. So think about that. So they want it so bad, their board won't let them, but they're buying into exchange-traded funds that hold companies that are heavily invested in Bitcoin. For instance, Strategy, which used to be MicroStrategy. Okay, so that's one of the companies that's in the ETF. There's Mara Holdings. Okay, there's Galaxy Digital. Some of these names that you'll know. So that's how badly they want in it. Can you imagine when they get approval from their boards? I know Microsoft had a vote and their shareholders said no, but they're going to have another vote. If Microsoft shareholders capitulate, and they will, and they come to Bitcoin, do you think that the price will only be 84,000? Get ready, people, because there's coming a day when one Bitcoin, potentially, because things always change in our world, will be $1 million, will be $2 million, will be 3 million, etc., etc. Then this conversation might seem like, hey, I wish I had a time machine. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I told you Bitcoin. You know what I did? I just shilled Bitcoin. Hey people, it's the end of the space. It was a good one. You know what? We got to build this thing. More will come. If you build it, they will come. I'm excited. I will always show up. I don't care if there's 0 people here. In fact, I just went on with the show. I didn't even care because I know that Bitcoin is that cool. Hey, Colored Coins, nice to see you. Yeah, we talked about atomicals and we repped you. Yeah, we did in Espanol. Okay. You can always come and rep yourself. But I will show up. Here is my commitment to you. As long as I am here, I will always show up. I don't care if there's 1 people, 2 people, 3 people. We as people, we matter. We want a future. We need support. And Bitcoin is willing to give us that support. And it is an asset that can fight for you in your sleep. While you're sleeping, Bitcoin 24/7 is fighting for you. And I just told you there's $5 trillion. And I am not kidding because that is an actual factual information from the Federal Reserve. Corporations are sitting on $5 trillion in cash and they want in. But you have to understand, they need consensus from their shareholders. Guess who you need consensus from? Okay. Well, your mirror. Yeah. Now, if you're a couple, hey, here's one thing. If you're a couple, please always include your spouse in the decision making. Okay. I see strange stuff where one spouse is investing all this money, the other one doesn't know. You really need to be unified, but that's up to you. But We only need one person to make the decision, and that's us. And then we can invest in Bitcoin. That's it. See, the barrier to entry for us is so low. The barrier to entry for them is still high. That's why they're fighting the price down right now. And you know, if you heard the top of the show there's pretty big influencers within the space. So he'd probably be mad if I called him an influencer, but Arthur Hayes, he's an owner of I think it's Bitfinex exchange, and BitMEX. He's the former BitMEX CEO, Arthur Hayes. Pretty big deal. He has a pretty cool newsletter that I'm actually subscribed to. It's a really good one. So I should know all of this. I don't know. Anyhow, he says that Bitcoin is potentially going down to as low as 70,000. Okay. So listen, I think unless somebody has something to say, I'm going to shut this down and have yourself a good day. I'm going to yeah, let me see. Let me get something else here. Because I had that at the top of the show. Oh yeah, I love this. Love this. Yeah, here we go. Have yourself a good day. We'll see you tomorrow on FW.